Hello, my name is Eliza Redway, and I am here working with American University's Human Resources and Analytics and Management program to discuss with you, Career Center, as a business, how to improve your job posting requirements in order to make a more successful organization for yourself. As you are already well aware, you were the only Armenian human resources job posting portal in the early 2000s. Between the years 2004 and 2015, over 19,000 job posts were created in different fields for candidates to examine and apply to. On the next slide, I will be discussing simple definitions of job posting requirements that most candidates enjoy seeing on the job posting itself. The first definition that I would like to discuss is job duration. Job duration is not only intended start date and potential end date, but it is also the nature of the employment itself, whether this is a temporary hire, a contracted hire, or an employee hired through the organization itself and not through a recruiting firm. The next definition I would like to discuss is job eligibility. These are the qualifications that a candidate should have on their resume when applying to a position. Some eligibility requirements may or may not be as necessary for the position itself. However, providing these eligibilities does give a candidate a general idea of whether or not they are qualified. Job requirements are the specific performances that an employee or a temp would be required to do on a regular basis within the position. And last, salary is the amount of financial retribution provided to an employee over a period of time. McLaren in 2019 stated when discussing job posting requirements on a LinkedIn article that since job posts may be the first interaction that a candidate has with the organization, and because they may be scrolling through dozens of posted requirements by competitors, it is essential that an organization sparks their interest, an employee's interest, a candidate's interest, and earns a second glance. Next, I will be discussing some of the gaps in data that have been provided to you over the past 11 years in job postings. Of the 19,000 job postings that were provided to Career Center over the 11 years between 2004 and 2015, 6,474 of the job postings provided information regarding job duration. Again, this requiring the employment concept and the length of time of the position itself. Interestingly, only 1,900 of these postings provided job eligibility of some sort. This is only 10% of the job postings over 11 years, providing some level of information of what they would like their candidates to have coming into the position. Identically, 6,474 of these postings provided job requirements in addition to duration, and 6,472 provided job salary information in the job posting itself. In the graph below, you can see that job duration, requirements, and salaries linger around 34% of the postings themselves, while eligibility only sits at 10% of job postings. While we don't have data regarding the time to fill these positions and the retention within these positions, I would like to briefly go over the definitions of both and describe why these would be important to have in the future. Time to fill is the amount of time that it takes between publishing a job posting and hiring an employee for that position, while retention is the rate of turnover that occurs within a position that is being applied for. Having the time to fill information would be interesting to have in correlation with the amount of data provided in a job posting to see if more job posting data provides a quicker time to fill. Retention would be interesting to know, again, because it would be interesting to correlate whether providing initial job data during the posting itself provides higher retention rates for employees as they already know good and well what they are getting into if they sign a contract with an organization as an employee. On my final slide, I will be going over job posting recommendations that I have for you as an organization. My first recommendation to you, Career Center, as an organization that assists organizations with job postings and hiring, is to provide these organizations with a job posting template. This, of course, would have information that is received, such as the organization and the job position itself, but also leaving room for salary, job eligibility, job requirement, and job duration. While making the salary and eligibility a requirement may be helpful into better understanding and promoting this data, having these empty template boxes for these organizations will certainly promote the concept of them posting it themselves. My second recommendation is to follow up with organizations that repeatedly use Career Center as a job posting database to understand the success of their hires, both understanding the time to fill ratio, but also the retention rate of the employment itself. Having this data in succession with the amount of data that they have provided in that initial job posting will better help us understand whether or not providing data in the initial job posting has any impact on the speed it takes to hire, as well as the retention of that employee themselves. On my final slide, I will show you the references that I used to create this presentation.